Brought to you the new Faro's Lounge Kickstarter. Oh, Steelers, Rams, $3,000 pool, 300 first place, top 6 cards: Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Matt Stafford, Kenny Pickett, George Pickens. Let's do this shit. Cooper Kupp secured 7 of 9 targets for 148 yards and a touchdown during Sunday's victory over the Cardinals. For the second straight contest since returning from hamstring injury, Kupp led the Rams in targets, receptions, and receiving yards. And unlike last week against the Eagles, no one came close to touching the former All-Pro's gaudy stat line, as the rest of the team combined managed only 8 catches for 78 yards. Kupp also brought in Matt Stafford's only touchdown pass of the game, a 14-yard lob that marked Kupp's first touchdown reception since Week 9 against Tampa Bay in 2022. In 2 games since returning, Kupp has a 15-266-1 receiving line and has clearly returned to being the focal point of the offense for the Rams. He'll look to keep the good times rolling against the well-rested Steelers defense in Week 7. Stafford is on the board. Steelers D on the board. Puka Nacua secured 4 of 7 targets for 26 yards during Sunday's win against the Cardinals. The talented rookie was second on the team in targets for the second straight week since Cooper Kupp's return from injury, but that was about the only thing similar between the 2 performances. Nacua has had a critical drop on what would have been an easy touchdown in the first quarter, and the BYU product would see only 3 more short targets the rest of the game. It was clear that there would be a downturn in Nakua's production with Kupp's return, but through 2 games it looks like the role may be more limited than it appeared after last week's respectable 771-1 line. One glimmer of hope for fantasy managers is the complete lack of targets for anyone outside the top 2 wideouts. Matt Stafford completed just 5 passes to the rest of the team combined, giving Nacua some room for a bounce-back showing against the Steelers in Week 7. So, Stafford has 2, and Cooper Kupp is on the board. Kyron Williams, whom Coach Sean McVay said Wednesday will not play against the Steelers, did not practice Wednesday. Williams is expected to miss multiple weeks due to a sprained ankle that he suffered this past Sunday against the Cardinals, so his lack of practice activity shortly after the injury doesn't come as a surprise. However, he was spotted with a cast on his left ankle and also needed a scooter to get around during Wednesday's session, per Adam Grossbard of the Orange County Register. With Ronnie Rivers landing on injury reserve Wednesday, the Rams are now down to their top 2 running backs for at least one game, leaving rookie 6th-rounder Zach Evans as the likely number 1 back heading into the Week 7 matchup with Pittsburgh. Behind Evans, the Rams have Royce Freeman and Myles Gaskin on the active roster, and Darrell Henderson on the practice squad. Ay, ay, ay. Zach Evans is on the board. Royce Freeman is on the board. Myles Gaskin is on the board. And Darrell fucking Henderson. Well, holy Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Matt Stafford completed 15 of 24 passes for 226 yards and a touchdown during Sunday's victory against the Cardinals. He also rushed once for 2 yards. An efficient day behind the helm of the Rams' passing attack could have been a lot more rewarding for the veteran, if not for a pair of drop touchdown passes by rookie phenom Puka Nacua and veteran tight end Tyler Higbee. While both of those drives ended in field goals, Stafford did renew his touchdown connection with Cooper Kupp in the third quarter with a 13-yard toss that Kupp managed to fall down into the end zone with. Stafford also had no turnovers for the 3rd straight game, a streak he'll look to extend against the Steelers in Week 7. That's 2 for Kupp. Puka Nakua is on the board. And Tyler Higbee is on the board. Tyler fucking Higbee. Kenny Pickett completed 18 of 32 passes for 224 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions in Sunday's win over the Ravens. All right, this is old because bye week, yes. Pickett was surprisingly able to suit up after sustaining a knee injury in Week 4, and he delivered one of his better performances of the season. In addition to averaging 7 yards per attempt, he also managed to not turn the ball over for the second time in 5 games on the campaign. The highlight of his day came with just over 1 minute remaining in the fourth quarter, when he delivered a 41-yard touchdown pass deep down the right sideline to George Pickens. Even given the relatively positive effort, Pickett has yet to top 235 passing yards in a game this season and has only one multi-touchdown performance. Pickens. George Pickens is on the board. George Pickens recorded 6 receptions on 10 targets for 120 yards and 1 touchdown in Sunday's win over the Ravens. Pickens beat Marlon Humphrey down the right sideline for a 41-yard touchdown late in the fourth quarter to record the game-winning score. He added 3 additional receptions of more than 20 yards to top the century mark for the second time this season. While Pickens' production has been inconsistent, he has at least 7 targets in 4 of 5 games on the campaign. It's possible he will see his opportunities decline in Week 7 against the Rams after the team returns from a bye, as Deontay Johnson will be eligible to return from injured reserve. Deontay Johnson is on the board. Down, 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 down. I see the pro. No, Rams they played. You gotta look at old Pittsburgh shit. Nope, but 10-8. Anything recent would be the Rams. They played against the Eagles last time. Old Pittsburgh, we're looking for 10-8. Anything before 10-8 is old fucking news. Fuck these men. Des Kilpatrick. Darrell Henderson Jr. Coach Sean McVay said Friday that Henderson will be active for Sunday's game against the Steelers. Henderson signed with the Rams practice squad Tuesday following injuries to Kyren Williams and Ronnie Rivers. McVay said the team still is deciding whether to dress only 3 or 4 of Henderson, Zach Evans, Royce Freeman, and Myles Gaskin. But Henderson will be among the team's active running backs. Confirmation of Henderson's availability will be provided when the Rams either elevate him from the practice squad or sign him to the roster by Saturday afternoon. Eesh. Evans, Freeman, Gaskin. So it's 2 for Gaskin, 2 for Freeman, 2 for Zach Evans. 2s across the board. Brian Kilkenny. Nate Greindorf. Oh, 10-8. If you weren't listed at 10-8, old goddamn news, Deuce fucking Watts. Hey, fucking Jim Collette over here. Fucking Jack Collette. What you doing, all right, eh? Practice squad. Miles Boykin failed to secure his lone target during the Steelers' win over the Ravens on Sunday. Even with Deontay Johnson on injured reserve in recent matchups, Boykin has had minimal role in the Steelers' offense in early 2023. He played double-digit offensive snaps for the first time this year during Sunday's narrow victory, but he's unlikely to have much fantasy upside moving forward. Deontay Johnson, 2 for Deontay. Anthony McFarland Jr., full participant at the Steelers practice Wednesday. McFarland was designated to return from injured reserve Monday, and he now prepares to be nearing a return to the field. The running back last appeared in a Week 1 game versus the 49ers. Everybody's excited, aren't they? For fucking 3 points a game. Gunner! Planned to be released. Per Pryor, the looming move likely paves the way for fellow wide receiver Deontay Johnson to be activated off injured reserve ahead of Week 7 action. In 2 games this season, Ozlowski, who's also seen work as a returner, has 1 catch for 0 yards. That's 3. 3 for Deontay. Nick Kalinick, Bryce Hopkins, Trammell, Godwin, Mbakui, Ibukiwuki. Do we care about Jack Coletto? Why? Signed to the practice squad. What does it mean? Coletto spent the early part of the campaign on San Francisco's practice squad before being released last Wednesday. It didn't take him long to find a new team, as he'll now look to make an impression with Pittsburgh. The rookie fullback wasn't taken in the 2023 draft after making the All Pac-12 first team as a senior last year, when he scored 6 touchdowns on the ground while converting 27 carries into 103 yards and 3 catches into 46 yards over 11 games. They didn't fucking tell you. They didn't even tell you the college this guy went to. What are you fighting for here? Connor Haywood secured 3 of 4 targets for 23 yards during the Steelers' win over Baltimore on Sunday. All right, this man's in play. Hayward's snap count increased during Sunday's victory with Pat Fryermuth sidelined, but rookie Darnell Washington outpaced Hayward by playing 70% of the team's offensive snaps. Hayward was on the field for 56%, but was able to log a season-high 3 receptions, while Washington was held without a catch. Hayward has limited offensive production this year, with all of his catches coming at times when Fryermuth was unavailable. The Steelers have a Week 6 bye before facing the Rams Week 7, and Hayward will likely have a role in the offense if Fryermuth is able to recover. A limited role if he's able to recover during the layoff. I don't think he's playing, so fucking he's in play. Darnell Washington is on the board. Connor fucking Hayward, huh? Calvin Austin failed to secure his lone target during the Steelers' win over the Ravens on Sunday. Austin was held without a catch for the first time this season during the Steelers' Week 5 win, but he saw a slight decrease in playing time since he was elevated for a concussion during the game before being cleared to return. The 2022 fourth rounder has an encouraging Week 3 performance by securing 2 of 6 targets for 72 yards and a touchdown, but he's had limited fantasy value in either appearance this year. Mm-hmm. He hasn't done dick in a while. Still annoyed by this dumb security guard. Yeah, the pool closes at fucking 10, but the security guard stands there at like 9:55. Miserable prick that he is. I don't know why that just came up. Ben Skawarnik, questionable for Sunday's game versus Pittsburgh. Skawarnik was able to play through his Achilles injury in Week 6 versus the Cardinals, so he should be considered to be the other probable end of the questionable designation for Week 7. If he ends up a scratch, though, Demarcus Robinson could take his place Sunday. Take his place doing shit on the field? He sucks. Demarcus Robinson is on the board. Demarcus fucking Robinson. He stinks. Darnell Washington is in line for a bigger workload Sunday at the Rams with fellow tight end Pat Fryermuth ruled out for the contest. Washington started weeks 2 through 5, but his snap share didn't surpass 50% until the Ravens Steelers last game before a Week 6 bye. In the Week 5 win against the Ravens, Fryermuth sat out due to a hamstring issue, and Washington earned 70% of the offensive plays. Despite being a regular in the offense all season, Washington doesn't have much to show for it, a 10-yard catch on 3 targets, while second-year tight end Connor Haywood boasts a 542 line on 10 targets. It remains to be seen when Washington will become more involved in the passing game. Connor Haywood is on the board. We like Connor. Satakana. So I clicked Austin. Oh, because I looked at Washington. All right, that's fine. Allen Robinson II secured 5 of 9 targets for 29 yards during the Steelers' win over the Ravens on Sunday. Robinson finished second on the team in targets in Week 5 with Deontay Johnson still on injured reserve. However, Robinson averaged just 5.8 yards per reception as the team offense struggled with efficiency once again. The 30-year-old's target share has been inconsistent in recent weeks, as he's had totaled 9 targets over the prior 3 games before logging Sunday's season best mark in the category. The Steelers have a bye before facing the Rams, Week 7. That's another one for Johnson. Tyler Higbee secured 2 of 3 targets for 18 yards during Sunday's victory over the Cardinals. The tight end's day was defined by a big drop instead of the 2 catches he made. Cardinals. And the Rams play the Eagles. Right? No, the Eagles played the Jets. Okay, there we go. The veteran tight end's day was defined by a big drop instead of the 2 catches he did make. Third down pass from Matt Stafford bounced just off his Higbee's fingertips, which turned out would have been a 6-yard touchdown into a 25-yard field goal from Brett Maher. Through 2 games since Cooper Kupp's return to the lineup, Higbee has just 6 targets and 4 catches for 38 yards, and the lack of volume makes it difficult to trust him in a fantasy lineup while Kupp and rookie Puka Nacua continue to dominate the attention of Stafford. A Steelers defense that has been respectable at defending against the tight ends lies in wait. Week 7. That's 3 for Stafford. That's 3 for Kupp. That's 2 for Nacua. That's 1 for Brett Maher. And that's 2 for the Steelers D. Tyler fucking Higbee. The Steelers fucking D. Look at this fucking defense. Holy Sheboygan, Wisconsin. These guys fuck people up. Pat Freiermuth ruled out for Sunday's game against the Rams. Freiermuth's week got off to a promising start when he practiced fully Wednesday, but he was limited Thursday and didn't practice at all Friday. In Freiermuth's absence, rookie Darnell Washington is likely to lead Pittsburgh's tight ends in snaps, but the majority of pass-catching opportunities could go to Connor Haywood, who has 10 targets to Washington's 3 this season. The Rams have allowed the second most receiving yards to tight ends in 2023. Is that the Rams' They don't mention the defense by name, so I can't go with that. That's 2 for Washington. That's 2 for Haywood. They're straight up telling you Haywood's the sleeper. Chris Boswell converted all 3 of his field goal attempts during the Steelers' win over the Ravens on Sunday. The Steelers' offense largely struggled once again Sunday, but Boswell put the team on board with the second quarter by making a 43-yard field goal. He also drilled 2 field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Boswell had to win a kicking competition in the preseason to retain his job after making just 71% of his field goal attempts last year. However, heading into a Steelers Week 6 bye, he converted all 10 of his field goal attempts while making all 5 of his extra point drives. Boswell, huh? Myles Gaskin signed off the practice squad Tuesday. Kyron Williams and Ronnie Rivers are both seemingly trending towards absences for Sunday's game against the Steelers. The Rams bolstered their running back room Tuesday with the signings of Gaskin and Royce Freeman, the latter of whom was promoted from Los Angeles' practice squad. Given that Freeman and the lone other healthy back on the 53-man roster, rookie 6th-round pick Zach Evans, have combined to play 6 snaps on offense over the 5 total games in which they've suited up this season. Neither may be guaranteed work over Gaskin, despite being in the organization longer. Gaskin shouldn't require much time to get up to speed with the Rams concepts given his recent stint in Minnesota under head coach Kevin O'Connell, a disciple of the Sean McVay coaching tree. That is 3 for Evans, 3 for Freeman. Did they mention Henderson? They did not. No Henderson. Okie dokie. Brett Maher connected on all 4 field goal attempts in both of his PATs during Sunday's victory against the Cardinals. While Maher didn't make a lengthy field goal during his busy day of kicking, he was perfect on all 6 of his kicks, including field goals from 25, 29, 35, and 43 yards, respectively. Try as fuck here. All right. The solid day for Mayer was something fantasy managers were probably relieved to see after a shaky performance in Week 4 and a complete lack of field goal attempts in Week 5. Mayer now stands at a more reliable 16 for 20 on field goals on the year, making it easier to trust the veteran heading into a Week 7 home matchup against the Steelers. Look at that. Royce fucking Freeman. Signed off the practice squad Tuesday. Freeman will get a permanent spot on the Rams roster after the team had previously elevated him from the practice squads in weeks 2 through 4. He's seen all 37 of his snaps on special teams in 3 appearances. The veteran could have a role in the backfield Sunday against the Steelers, with both Kyren Williams and Ronnie Rivers looking unlikely to be available. The Rams still have rookie 6th-round pick Zach Evans on hand to as an option to lead the ground attack, but Freeman could rotate in and potentially handle passing downs. Los Angeles also re-signed Darrell Henderson to the practice squad Tuesday and could elevate him to the roster this week to bolster the backfield. So nothing on Gaskin. So that is 4 for Evans and 2 for Henderson. Darrell Henderson Jr. Rams D. Ronnie Rivers. Placed on injury reserve Wednesday. Rivers will be out for at least 4 games, and with the Rams on bye Week 10, he won't be eligible to return from IR any earlier than November 26th against the Cardinals. He's dealing with a PCL injury, while fellow running back Kyren Williams has an ankle injury. He could still make it back before the team's Week 10 bye. At least for Sunday's game against the Steelers, the Rams appear to proceed with a backfield of Zach Evans, Royce Freeman, and Miles fucking Gaskin. 5 for Evans, 4 for Freeman, 3 for Gaskin. Tutu Atwell secured his only target for 30 yards during Sunday's victory against the Cardinals. Atwell's only target of the contest came on a third-quarter pass from Matt Stafford, and the speedy wideout managed to escape a tackle after the catch and extend the play for an additional 10-yard gain. The third-year receiver has shown a knack for making explosive plays when on the field, but Cooper Kupp's return has put a serious dent in Atwell's opportunities to produce. He's fallen from an average of nearly 9 targets a game in weeks 1 through 4 to just 3 weeks 5 through 6. Atwell will try to reverse the downward trajectory against the Steelers in Week 7. So that is 4 for Stafford, 4 for Kupp. God damn. Mason Rudolph, old news. Trubisky, also old news. Rippin Warren, Jalen Warren. Rushed the ball 9 times for 40 yards in Sunday's win over the Ravens. He added 3 receptions on 3 targets for 39 yards. Warren was narrowly outtouched by Najee Harris. However, Warren was far more efficient of the duo as he racked up 79 total yards, his second highest mark of the season, as opposed to Harris's 40. The Steelers are heading into a Week 6 bye, and it's possible that Warren will emerge with an even more substantial role Week 7 against the Rams. Najee Harris is on the board. Najee Harris carried the ball 14 times for 37 yards in Sunday's win over Baltimore. He added 1 reception for 3 yards. Harris led Baltimore in 9 carries and outtouched Jalen Warren by a mark of 15-12. However, Harris found very little running room and managed only more than 2 yards in only 5 of his 14 attempts. Harris appeared to be trending in the right direction after racking up 168 total yards across his last 2 games. But this performance was a step back and raises questions about his role after the team returns from a bye Week 7 against the Rams. Jalen Warren is on the board. So Najee, huh? Najee has fallen from grace, hasn't he? Zach Evans appears to be the first in line to serve as the Rams' starting running back Sunday against the Steelers, with Kyren Williams and Ronnie Rivers trending towards multi-game absences. Sarah Barshop of ESPN reports, obviously you saw Zach Evans get the first carries after Williams and Rivers exited the win over the Cardinals. We've got Royce Freeman on the practice squad, and there'll be some different things that we're in the midst of working through right now. The Rams have since signed Freeman to the roster and also re-signed Darrell Henderson, who appeared in 50 games with the team from 2019 through 2022, to replace Freeman on the practice squad. Additionally, the Rams signed Myles Gaskin off the Vikings squad, leaving him, Evans, and Freeman as the team's likely backfield options for at least Week 7. Gaskin and Freeman both have extensive NFL experience, and Evans, a sixth-round pick out of Ole Miss, but the rookie was active for the last 2 games over Freeman, who stayed on the practice squad in Weeks 5 and 6. Evans gained a modest 10 yards off his 4 carries in the fourth quarter last past Sunday, but he was a blue-chip recruit coming out of high school and an efficient runner during his time in college. He could end up serving as the Rams' lead option on the ground against the Steelers, while Freeman and Gaskin eventually handled change of pace duties. The possibility also exists that McVay could opt for a more committee approach with 2 or 3 of the backs, Sands, Williams, and Rivers, making Evans a risky lineup option for Week 7. Even so, he's less of a known commodity than NFL journeymen like Freeman and Gaskin. Evans probably represents the most intriguing waiver wire pickup of the lot. Jesus fucking Christ, that was a book. Jesus. 3 for Henderson, 4 for Gaskin, 5 for Freeman. It's running back shit, huh? This running back shit. And finally, Deontay Johnson. Full practice participant Wednesday. Johnson was designated to return from injury reserve Monday, and the wideout's full participation in practice 2 days later has him trending in the right direction ahead of Sunday's game against the Rams. The Steelers have until Saturday to decide whether to activate Johnson for the Week 7 contest, with head coach Mike Tomlin noting Wednesday that a decision on that front will hinge on the quality of Johnson's practice participation in the coming days, in addition to his conditioning level. Well then, what do we have? We've got the Steelers twice, Johnson 4 times, Washington twice, Hayward twice, Stafford 4 times, Kupp 4 times, Evans 5 times, Freeman 5 times, Gaskin 4 times, Henderson 3 times, Nakua twice. Everybody else gets ones. Ones, ones, and more fucking ones. Wait, new game. No stacking. 20 lineups. Let's see what we got here. Cooper Kupp, we fucking love Cooper Kupp, right? We fucking adore Cooper Kupp. We love Matt Stafford this week. Pickens. We like Pickens. Pickens is a beast. Deontay Johnson, he's definitely in there because he's coming back, and everybody's talking about Zach Evans. Of course, gets a boost because he's a diamond in the roof. Rams, Freeman, Mayer, Gaskin, Boswell. Steelers D gets a boost because they're the Steelers D, and Matt Stafford's known to fuck up. And who's the guy I really like this week is as our little sleeper is Connor Haywood. Let's give that fucking dude a boost. Eh? A little boost action, eh? Gunner, Boykin, the rest of these guys can eat a dick. All right. Let's take a look at some captains here. No, 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 no. Connor Hayward, no. Skawarnik, no. Washington, no. Austin, no. No, no. Steelers D, yes. Boswell, let's get no. Gaskin, no. Mayer, no. Freeman, no. Rams, no. Tutu, yes, because of his explosiveness. Warren, yes, to keep it on the ground. Harris, unfortunately. Evans, Johnson, Pickens, Pickett, Stafford, Nakua, and Kupp. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 possible captains. Minimum 5, maximum 95. The only lineups I really fucked with were those Broncos Packers lineups. If it pays out for me. If it doesn't, then we know not to fuck with it. And trust the alternate. Trust the AI. Which I hate doing. All right. We got 9 fucking Cooper Cup captains. Stafford's got 2. Everybody else gets 1. That's fun. How we doing in the flex here? Stafford, Pickett, Connor, Cup, Jalen Warren, Higbee, Steelers D, Brett Mayer, Boswell, Harris, Evans. There's Connor Haywood. See, I wanted him smushed into as many lineups as possible. All right, rock and roll. I like this. Haywood, we got Haywood mushed in there. A lot of Haywood mushes. Let's take a good look. I got to put these lineups in and take a serious shit. Steelers, Najee, Deontay. Oh, those Cooper Cup lineups. Hot damn. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta upload the lineups. We're making lineups and counting boogie. Mm-hmm. Do, do, do. All right, kids, may fate and faith decide your fortune. If you should win, blow your money on the new Pharaoh's Lounge Kickstarter. Peace, love, war.